Performance League Xfinity Series. Wednesday nights, Xfinity Series. We have a full gambit of action coming at you, and I'm not going to lie. By the way, Brinkerhoff17 here. I'm joined in the booth by Colts fan. How you doing there, buddy boy?
Oh, I'm all good. Glad to be in here with you in the booth. Right, excited for some more Xfinity racing after a week off.
Yes, I am too. We had the Daytona week, so we took a nice community break to enjoy the Daytona festivities. That was, we had qualifying on Wednesday. We had the 125s, which are actually the like 155s now or something. And then we had, of course, the ARCA race, if you want to call it that. Every one of us pretty much watched the Truck Xfinity, and then, of course, the Daytona 500 on Sunday. What did you think of the big, great American race in 2025?
And I thought it was exciting. It was a lot of action-packed moves happening, a lot of commotion. But the rain delays really caught us off guard too, and it was exciting until the very end. Congrats to William Byron on that. That's a fantastic way to win.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I will say this, in all honesty, I think it was the best that this car is going to give us at that track. Take that for what you want.
I agree.
But a little bit of a favorite for me, though, today, we're going to go to another 2.5-mile track on the NASCAR circuit with our Xfinity boys, and it is none other than my home track, Pocono International Raceway, PIR. I'm very excited. The flat Daytona. So this track is made up of 3 turns. This is not a 4-turn track. You'll see it in turn 3. What's turn 4? We don't have one here. Turn 1, I'm going to try to remember this properly, but turn 1 is modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Turn 2 is modeled after the old Nazareth Speedway, also in Pennsylvania. And turn 3 is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. So it is essentially 3 different racetracks wrapped up into one. It has 2 of the longest straightaways in the entire sport. And it's just always had a heart for me. The second live race I ever went to was the 1992 Miller Genuine Draft, or was it Champion Spark Plug at the time? I don't know, 500. The race that Darrell Waltrip won, my guy, and Davey Allison got turned over, unfortunately. I actually have a photo of that wreck hanging on my wall because I was in the 5th grade for that. So anyway, I'm going to date myself. But I'm excited to watch these Xfinity guys get through here. Colts, do you have the point standings uploaded? I've been rambling on. I haven't done that yet.
I believe so. After Road America was our last race, I believe. And yeah, but I do have your points here if you want me to go through them for you.
Yeah, sure thing. Why don't you give everybody the top 5?
Top 5. First off, you got McCard having a great season so far. Next, he's followed by myself, his junior motorsports teammate, followed by Electric Days in the JGR number 20, then followed by Small NASCAR in 4th place. And to finish off in 5th, it is going to be Sikkim in the RCR number 21.
So, yeah, we have the Mastopes and McCard leading the way, but then 3 different teams behind them. Then we have Hendrick Chase. He's in the 6th car for Heredia, and then Freedom, a.k.a. Carmen. Nobes is in 8th, who won the season opener this season here in Xfinity. And Big Jim has entered the top 10. And Dank Emotions actually, I believe, remains 10th, but got usurped by Big Jim. Falling out of the top 10, U of L fan, but he did miss that race. Well, he didn't miss the race at Road America. He lagged out at the very beginning. So that was a tough break for him. And Kenny, who had such a great week last week, he's moved up to 13th. He's 11 points behind, but between him is Killer. Killer and Kenny, 10, 11 points respectively out of the playoff picture. So there's a lot that could be gained here at Pocono. And if you're a road course guy, this is a track for you. If you're a super speedway guy, this is a track for you. If you're a flat track guy, this is a track for you. But if you're a guy who loves short tracks, hey, there's a turn for you. I call that turn 1. But yeah, so it's a fun track. It kind of plays to a lot of drivers, different abilities, different skill sets, different, just the way guys drive a car. So it's going to be really interesting. Hitting all 3 of these corners is uber important. Pitch strategy will, of course, come into play. And we should be getting going here soon. I'm going to join on my other headset into I'll get the race control and radio fodder.
Yeah. I got these live qualifying standings here for you. I can update them on.
That'd be awesome. Go right ahead.
Yeah, starting first is going to be Sikkim, that 21 car we mentioned earlier in the top 5 of points. Still going to get a win. He also in second place is going to be Hale State. in second place. And then third,
Wow.
Carman in the 10. So we got a really exciting front row here.
That is awesome. Good for Hail State, guy who's been kind of mid-pack most of the season, and he's starting on the outside front row. He had another good qualifying session. I want to say Phoenix or somewhere, but he
Mm-hmm.
had or Road America maybe, but he had another pretty high start. But Hail State trying to put it all together for the entire race today.
Mm-hmm. So there's one thing I do want to point out. You did mention points, and we're getting into that little part of the regular season where these points are getting even more and more important. As if I remember correctly, we do have, including this, 5 more races left in the regular season, and then we get to the playoffs. So people will try and take some risk, getting some extra stage points, just trying to get their way in there. As you know, it is really tight around that cutoff line.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure. I'll use Hail State as the example. I'm not saying he's very good or not very good at this track, but let's just say this is a strong track for him, right? And that puts you in an advantage because this is a track many others may struggle with. Like we said, it's 3 different tracks, so you got to hit 3 turns. What is it, 50 some odd times perfectly? Okay, if you
Absolutely.
want to win this race.
Yep.
Perfectly. Not mess up once. Oh, okay, I messed up one. No, perfectly for all those laps. Hit your pit strategy, green flag pit stops. So if this is your track, you've got to do pressure is on you. And
Mm-hmm.
we, like you said, Richmond, Charlotte, Michigan, Bristol, 4 very different tracks coming up, 2 of which kind of wide open, Charlotte and Michigan. There's a lot
Yep.
of guys who could do well there, right? So if you're Hail State for like we're using because he's on the outside pole, yeah, this is a big race. This might be one of your last chances to get yourself in playoff position.
Absolutely. You gotta make the best of what you have. This is maybe your only shot. You gotta make the best of it, do everything right. Then maybe you can find your way into that playoffs.
And you're not going to be alone. I don't care
Absolutely.
what name you see on that docket. I don't care what position you see them in. Somebody behind them is trying to make a pass, and somebody in front of them is going to make a block. And it is going to cause a lot of congestion down that long front straightaway into turn number 1. Then into that turn 2 where it's a fast turn. It's the fastest turn on the course.
Yep.
And guys will try to dive in there, and if they miss it, that's one of the slowest turns in the course.
Absolutely.
And then turn 3, where it's kind of sweeping, you can gain a lot, and you can also lose a lot because you're setting up again for that long straightaway. And the pressure's going to be on. The pressure's going
Mm-hmm.
to be on. So a lot of chatter going on right now in the background. I'm hearing in
Yep.
the radio communications.
We've also been told we're allowed to join. So if you want to load
Yes,
up,
but
get
they're
in
going to
there.
have to back out. I'm also
Oh.
hearing.
Oh. Okay. That is. You need to have the conversations. I do not know what's going on.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm talking. I'm hearing them talking as I'm talking, and
Okay.
race control is speaking about backing out.
Oh. Okay. Interesting there. Get them re-racked.
And now
How
Dank
about that?
Emotions is throwing some rhymes out there, which is
Mm.
helping and hurting in some cases. Guys might be a little frustrated. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, these guys want to
but they're
get
going to have to
going.
restart this room. So
Yeah.
give us some more of your interpretation, like for coming here to Pocono. Is there anybody you know of that you think's quite good at this track?
I'm still, and this is my first season here. I'm not really familiar with like certain people at certain tracks, but I am looking at that junior motorsports camp. I might expect to see some really good, really good competition between those drivers, and I think we might be able to see someone pull it out of victory lane here today, come from that camp.
And team team standings also, because you mentioned. I'm also sorry. I'm still getting more of the what's going on over there.
Yeah. I can
All right,
get
yeah,
the
they're going
team
to invite
points for
everybody
you.
at once. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just catching up, making sure everybody knows what we're doing. So we are still waiting for them to restart the race. We're about to go in, and something happens, so they're going to have to restart. It happens on this game, NASCAR Heat 5, another countless example of why we cannot wait for the new game later this
Lovely,
year.
lovely game. This game is definitely going to be missed. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be. I'm going to bury the hell out of this game. I wish I had a physical. Oh, I do have a physical copy. I don't have to use it anymore because it got ruined and I had to download it later. But I have a
Yeah.
physical copy. I'm going to bury it in the backyard. All right, so the team standings here in the Xfinity Series for Hennessy Performance League. JR Motorsports clearly on top, but they've actually had the gap close. They had an over 40-point gap. Now it's just over 30 to Calling RCR. Stewart Haas Racing, which is doing quite well in both series, but they're third. And even though they have the second most playoff points, they fell to third. They do also have a win here now in the Xfinity Series. JD Motorsports is fourth, Joe Gibbs Racing is fifth, and Penske Racing is sixth. Another note here for Joe Gibbs Racing is yours truly was signed this past weekend. During
Look
the off
out.
week, some moves were
Congratulations.
made.
Congrats
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you. I'm very excited to get back out on the track here with Hennessy. It's a league I've actually never really ran in. I've been
Mm.
involved in this league for a long time, but I've never actually raced in the league with them. I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be in a truck series, and scheduling conflicts got in the way back when. But
Yep.
so I got signed by Heredia because he dropped Kluka for his scheduling reasons, and then there's somebody else came up, and they decided to sign that guy. I got dropped again, and then Joe Gibbs Racing had an open seat and decided they're going to fill it with me. So I'll be driving the 19 car tomorrow night at Richmond.
Yeah, I think it's be exciting for you. I expect you to go out there first race and lap the whole field. I really need to see
Yeah,
that from you.
I'm not gonna lie. Richmond is one of my not my favorite tracks on this game
Mm-hmm.
particularly, but I have gotten better at it lately. So I'm hoping to at least make myself, you know, I don't want to lose a lap in the first two stages. That's my goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you just do your best. I know it'll be a new adjustment period for you. You just got to make the best of what you have.
All right, cool. All right, so we're waiting on a couple of guys to get in there. And, HPL is not doing what it's supposed to do by starting this race on time. What's up, guys?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a good thing we could talk about the track real quick. I mean, I feel like the winner of this race is going to have the best car, who can stick to the inside, and who's going to arc the turns the best, get that good run off.
Uh-huh.
That's just what I like thinking about. I'm like, who's going to have the best car today? Who's going to have the right setup to get him ahead in
Right,
the
and
victory lane?
it's driver skill, like we said. It's going to come down to it, and they're going to race, dude. We know the guys who are going to race a little more aggressive, and you might see some guys you don't normally see get aggressive. This might be their chance. They're gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's see if I got to get back into the right chat actually and check on what we're supposed to be, and that's not joined yet.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm looking at Nope Stream. Got 5 seconds until they start racing again, it looks like. Or they're going to qualify again? Or they're probably, I should know. They're going to take like one lap and like get everyone re-racked up where they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'm
they're gonna.
guessing.
When we join, we'll probably catch them in the middle of setting up for one lap.
Yeah.
And
All
to be
right.
fair, all right, we can join now.
Yeah, yeah.
To be fair, Pocono, it's a long track. It's 2.5 miles. It's flat. It's not as fast as Daytona Talladega, so the lap times are nearly a minute.
Yeah.
So the lap length is shorter. So losing a lap here is actually a little bit of a bigger deal, but it is only the first stage. It shouldn't play into gas mileage, but I think it does play into the, you're just losing a lap.
Absolutely. You don't make any critical mistakes in this first stage. This is where
Mm-hmm.
it can lose a lot of time here. It can really ruin your plan strategy if you get behind.
Yeah, and I'll definitely say I've been in a situation, no matter what, where I'll be like, I wish I had one more lap to get around that guy,
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
these guys are taking the not so green flag. Masopes is the guy we're on first because he started the lobby, put him on the pole. I know they're getting in order. Look at that. Beautiful sight down the front straightaway. These cars fanned out.
Absolutely. That's another thing to bring up. In these restarts, if someone doesn't get a good launch, we might see that as 4 or 5 wide, get really spread out. It would be interesting situations going into turn 1.
Right, you're definitely right. Not only is it one of the longest straightaways in all of NASCAR, it's one of the widest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there is a straightaway wider on any other track than the front straight at Pocono.
I don't think so either. I think the question is, who's going to be brave enough to do some crazy moves today when it gets near
We have
near the
seen.
end?
You and I have both definitely seen on different occasions and also ones we've shared where guys have gone all the way down to that inside pit wall.
Absolutely. And also, what we see snaking today is to get lined up. People trying to use that draft because of these long straightaways, use it to their advantage. But we see some snaking trying to block and cut that draft off.
I think so, especially depending on certain guys that got out front. Who is our pole sitter? Is it the 21?
Sikkim. 21 is Sikkim, and on the outside, it's going to be Hail State. So Electric is a little love tap on the side there.
And Sikkim is a guy we talked about a few weeks ago that was, having a good season, not a great season. He kind of hangs around 5th, 6th, 7th. So this is a big race for him as one of those guys who wants to solidify his chances at being in the postseason. And it's not a win and you're in. I know everybody who has a win is in the playoffs right now, but getting a win doesn't get you in, unless I'm wrong. You tell me.
I'm not quite sure. I thought it does, but maybe you get to make a certain amount of races. Till then, I
Yeah, it
try to
might be
figure it
it.
out.
Yeah, okay. We'll get some clarification on that. We'll see maybe after in the post race. We'll see, but as they come through the tunnel turn, you're going to notice some of these guys going back and forth, just warming up those tires. They're doing that. They want to get more grip, and even in a virtual sense, the warmer the tire is, the more it's going to stick to the track. And on these restarts, that's always uber important as they come out of turn number 3. They see what turn 4, turn 3, Pocono. Let's go. Northeast racing at its finest. Pocono International Raceway, Slickum, AC Boo. He's going to bring it onto the straightaway with Hale State, his counterpart there on the outside front row. Sickum gets a much better start. Hale State a little bit dragging on that accelerator. That's going to give the 10 into second place. We might have a virtual yellow. No, we just have a questionable restart by somebody. So race control talking. I'm not sure where the penalty might come, but we'll see what we get information on that. So after Sickum, you have the 10 car of Carmen, a.k.a. Freedom Boy. Here he is. Hale State did only drop to 4th, and Electric made his way into 3rd. And look at 5th place. That's your guy that fell out of the top 10, U of L fan, Mr. Lamar. Got to make a good run here today at Pocono International Raceway.
Being bad that cut line, he's going to make some points up as he's missing a few races, and especially that one for lagging out at Road America.
So I don't know. I got the camera on Freedom right now because he's kind of in 3rd. We saw the 20 got around him for 2nd place in that Hunt Brothers Toyota. We got another move going on for 5th as Lamar's going to maybe. Yeah, everybody went low and then they went right back up in the line.
Oh, sorry. I had a little moment there. Electric was going to make a move to the inside, but Sickum blocked him, and they're getting a little rough there for a second. But Electric's on his back bumper as he's trying to make a move to the inside on that quarter panel.
You're trying to make a run using that draft, but then as soon as Carmen doesn't go with him, it looks like the 20 loses a little bit of momentum. But here at Pocono, you're going to get down low, and it's going to keep Sickum high. And the 20, at least he has the position underneath the 21, and then that gives now the 21 tries to get a run, and there you see going low to make the block here in turn number 2. I almost thought it was turn 3. It was turn 1 earlier.
Look at JGR 1-2 right now.
Electric uses the draft to get by the leader, and even though nobody went with him, a la if it was Daytona, he would have got freight trained. But here, he was at least able to stick it below the quarter panel and get underneath the 21 for turn number 1.
Yeah, it's good, strong showing for Electric so far. It looks like he has a really good short-run car right now. Oh, yeah. Was that a 22? I don't know.
Yeah, the 22 in the wall. There now Sickum gets a little bit of a draft, and he's going to try and get above the 20 car. But he might back off here. So this turn number 2 is very fickle, and if you don't get the right line you like, you might as well just drop back and follow. Sickum does get a bit of the grass, and that gives the 10 a run now into 2nd place as they get into turn number 3 here, lap number 3 at Pocono, and lap number 4 actually. Freedom now gets into 2nd place, and Lamar, you've seen, has gone by Hale State. He's now into 4th. Hale State drops to 5th in that 54 Twix Bar Toyota.
Got a lot of action going on here. The 16, the 6, and the 44 here. They're having a little.
And Freedom wants the lead.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to the inside. Boy, make a stick.
That's going to put Electric high here for turn number 1 and give the 21 a bit of a run. And now the 10's in the middle, getting kind of stuck. A little bit of a contact with the 20, but we're all okay. Now we got a 3-way battle for the lead, and Lamar in that 16 car is definitely hanging out, waiting. Electric gets into the wall here, entering turn number 2, but he gets his run, and he's going to get a big run in between the 21 and 10. Bit of an aggressive move, and the 54 has to actually back off, and he loses traction off the corner. He won't lose the position, but a big field of cars now enter his rear view mirror.
It's really interesting to watch this direction in the first few laps. People really sticking in there, just diving it, trying to get past them. Really want to be out in front, getting away from that main pack.
Yeah, and Freedom just wants to... It's almost like a calm aggression out of Freedom. He's just, I'm going to run my line. If I stay in second, I stay in second. If I can make a pass, I'll make a pass. Like, he's not working against or with anybody. But now the 10 came down a little bit too much. Almost gets the 20 loose. And that's going to give the 11. Look at the 11 now.
Oh, look at Kitty.
Coming back up into the field. Was I wrong? I thought that was Lamar. I thought it was the 16. That whole time it was the 11.
That 16 was near up there, but look at Kenny, man. He really needs these points and a good finish. He's outside the cut line, I believe, for like 11 points or so. So this is good for him.
Right, and he had that second place last week in that controversial, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, in that controversial finish at Road America, where Jackson ended up getting the win.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good start, at least for right now. We'll see if he can keep this up as the 10 and the 20 are back at it again, going side by side for third place.
So now Kenny's in the lead because these guys can't seem to want to figure it out. You know, like I said, it's like with Carmen, it's like this calm aggression. Here comes Sikkim now. He's got a good smooth line. Electric just rather be in front, you know?
Yeah. This is good for Colleague, second in team points, trying to cut that down, only back 32 points. Trying to throw their hat in the ring.
Oh, we got a wreck out of turn 1. Oh, yeah, the 8 car's upside down. That's mayhem.
Oh, mayhem. And also, it looks like
the 98.
Yeah, 98.
Nobes is in it. 38 looks like that's, I think the 38's a guest appearance this. Yeah, it's Thai NASCAR. Thai Racing, I mean.
Thai Racing, yep.
Racing the 38 this week.
Also, we got Chibi in the 90 now, I believe. He's taking over for Gabamusa, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a hot seat, though.
Yeah.
Because Chibi will be in tomorrow's race full time.
So that's
that is a yellow. It is a manual yellow, El Manuel here, because the game did not want to call that a yellow, despite having at least 3 cars in it. I think I saw 4, and one of them was flipping.
And it looks like they turned a little blind eye to that one, but hey, at least you got it figured out.
That's why we have a Discord chat, honestly. It gives us bigger than 16 fields, so you can't have everybody in the same room. Everybody's got a Discord communication. Race control is watching. We're watching, and then they can have a yellow flag kind of on their own. It's funny what you're able to do if you're able to organize and put yourselves together. This is over 20 guys, and we're doing a manual yellow in at least 2 different chats.
Right. That's why I think that's what makes Tennessee like one of the best here in Heat 5. They have everybody set up. I feel like they control everything as best you can with this game. I feel like they do a fantastic job with the admins and everything. So shout out to them. Good job getting this
organization is key. That's right. And these guys, you know, not for nothing, they're all pretty young.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I came around just as a racing, you know, counterpart, fan, pal, and this is something that I love to do as well, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. But they've been around for a few years, and they've over the time have gotten more organized, gotten better. But these guys are all in their 20s.
Yeah, smart.
Some even
smart
younger.
Young lads. Smart young lads here we have.
Yeah, as far as the leadership and admins go for the league. So we're going to get some pit stops here. First chance for these guys to get down pit road. Carmen's going to lead the way in that 10 car. A couple of guys are going to stay out, play some strategy here. Remember, it's Pocono, and the first stage is a little short. These guys mostly just want to get their setups in, I think. But to get some fresh tires on.
I don't know where we are lap-wise or how many more laps we go on the stage. Got to check that real quick.
Yeah, I still need to get on Sickham's or Slick NASCAR's stream.
According to Nobes, it's 8 out of 12, so people are probably getting reset for the next stage if I had to believe. At least what these pistols
I would imagine some of these guys or a lot of these guys are probably not going to pit at the stage break. I don't know. Maybe the front runners.
Yeah, I'd say probably the front runners are getting everything set up. Because most of the time, these guys, they're want to win the race. I mean, maybe points is not the biggest thing in the world right now. I feel like for Kenny, it should be probably, but he has a whole strategy. He's going to do what he believes is going to be best for him. So,
yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So one thing I wanted to mention is I just heard Big Jim. He stayed out in the 92 car. He's an SHR driver, drives for Jackson. He's been in this league a long time. He's won it. He's lost a championship. They probably doesn't like to talk about. He's been iRacing for a while.
Yeah.
So this is kind of his comeback season, if you will. But I'm going to say this. After watching a lot of Big Jim over the years, I'm going to equate him to Darrell Waltrip, and especially in this situation where he is going to go off sequence from the rest of the field, something Darrell Waltrip was very famous for. He's going to work on fuel mileage. He's going to work on track position, and this is just one of those guys, you know, we don't see him up front every week. Like I said, he's back to iRacing, and this is now a secondary racing hobby for him. It's a little different on console, but he's still, do we not see him in the top 10 about every week?
Yeah, we do, I feel like.
So this is like I was talking about earlier. You're at Pocono, and some guys are really good here, particularly good here. And Big Jim might be one of them, and on this pitch strategy, and he's going to take the outside lane here, coming to the...
We had a lot of chaos happening here in the front.
Yeah, I'm listening to race control again. Mayhem didn't pit, maybe, but he was flipping. Maybe he doesn't have a lot
Yeah,
of damage.
he was part of the caution show. Shouldn't he be the very back? Oh, what the heck?
Oh, we're doing two pace laps. This is where they're going to do choose cone.
Okay, 'cause I did see Big Jim just turn himself into the inside wall, so I'm kind of confused.
Oh,
What's
as
going
I'm
on?
talking about Big Jim, I think he got something happened. I think
Oh, really?
he's
Yeah, I saw him turn to the inside wall and hit the wall.
yeah.
I was confused. I was like, wait, what's going on here? This game didn't really
He
give me a
was
clear
called
picture.
the leader.
Yeah.
I think Jim just made a goof.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Interesting what's going to happen to him now, starting the back of the pack.
Yeah.
But is the 8 our leader, I believe?
I guess the 8's our leader?
From flip
No,
and then here first, or is it 39?
no, Mayhem is not the leader. The 39 is the control car.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Mayhem second then? I would just
Yeah, so
second.
Brody, unless they're letting Jim come back up, I don't know.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, so
From
far
what the picture I see,
Brody's the control car. That's all I know.
yeah. From the picture I see, it looks like Mayhem just went from flipping in the back to now flipping up to the front row. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna work out. So
Yeah.
also, there's one thing that I mentioned: the hot seats. You got Speed in the 13, and we also got YB. He's also in the field.
And our
And the
point leader
36.
is now on the inside of the second row.
Yeah, McCard. Yeah, watch out for him.
Ricard.
I feel
Yep.
like with McCard, he's not really like doesn't really have like a flashy race. He's always just there at the end, just nice, quiet. This is what he needs to do correctly, and just this is why he's like the points leader, just doing everything correct.
He's either gonna give me a high five or kill me, but I'm gonna. You know who that reminds me of?
Who's that?
Dale Earnhardt.
Ooh, yeah.
Dale Earnhardt dominated a lot of races, but he was also just in third the entire race. And at the end, he'd be in victory lane, you know?
Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
McCard.
Yeah, got a good
McCard
restart here.
Earnhardt.
39
Dale
got a good
McCard.
restart.
Brody had a great restart.
Yeah.
Nobody else seemed to want to go. So Brody's going to have a nice, easy time. There's somebody, a white car up into the wall in mid-pack there. That orange car in the rear, that is
Look at
Big
the 11.
Jim.
The 11 had a big run off that turn. Now he's pushing up to the lead. He got the 4 fresh tires, I believe, or whatever tires he took. I'm not sure. Wish the game would tell us. NASCAR, please. Anyway, he's going to take the lead.
I can't wait for scoring. So Brody, he gets tapped and he's going to lose a bunch of positions.
Oh, man.
And Kenny's going to go in the lead. But look at Electric go 3 wide off of turn number 1. McCard's going to drop down and follow him now into turn number 2. And you really want to be the inside here. Freedom in the back of that pack. But the 36 to 13 now in the middle. McCard doesn't get the run off, but Electric did. And now Electric Days is now in second place.
As I mentioned, these hot seat drivers in third and fourth. Thank God I brought them up at the right time, as they're now here near the front of the pack.
And a 13 here also making a move. That's Speed Racer. Another guy who...
Oh, he's
he
fun!
gets
He's
rear-ended by
fun!
Freedom!
No! Oh, no!
Honestly,
okay, Austin sued.
Yeah,
Oh,
Speed.
big
You know,
impact.
that's not Freedom's fault. I think Speed touched the apron and just got her around.
Yeah, oh, wow.
But that's going to bring out a game caution. He takes out
That's-
basically the entire field.
And that's going to end the stage, too. First is going to
wow.
be Kenny, second Electric, third Hendrick. Well, wish knows to scroll up here for me real quick, but it's all right. Let's do the top 3 down. So what was that line we started the season spinning off the apron to big 2025 crazy? Like, what it kind of reminds me of. That's what reminds me of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And Speed is a cup regular coming down here to race the hot seat and, you know, was having a good run getting up in the top 5 here, but just caught that apron and around she went.
Yeah, but it's one of the big problems. No, not problems, but like one of the dangers of this track. Like the apron, it takes a big part of that turn 1 on the inside. You get below it, it'll take you out. Along with turn 2, you get in that grass slow too much.
It's a very fine line between grip and just absolutely no grip.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenny and the 20 are going to lead him to the line. It looks like everybody pretty much pit again.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll stay back in third place. He's not back up there again. He did file back a
He
little
might
bit.
have taken a few less tires to get back up into there, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. If he did take a little bit, dang, Electric on the outside. I mean, with a big move, dives it in, clears it for P1.
And Hendrick had a big charge into there from the 5th place position and kind of rear-ended the 11 who had to kind of check up for the 20 car. But now Electric and Kenny, they're going to kind of get a little gap here on the field as Hendrick's going to get himself into third. Hale State's into fourth, but a battle coming from about 38 other cars.
Yeah, I'm watching this middle pack here with the 21, the 7, the 0. They're all jumbled up here. See how this is going to work out.
Yeah, Lamar getting beat up here entering turn number 3 as he's going to fall out of the top 15. The 8 is around. We have another yellow.
Oh, we got to...
Nobes is around.
Oh, disaster for the 8 car
Some of
so
this,
far.
some of the same cars we just saw around.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Junior Motorsports having a little struggle with these, at least with the 8 and the 1 car, been caught up with some things.
Guys needed a few more laps of practice this week, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 98, the 1, and the 8 all involved in that. The 19 maybe too, not quite sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's be interesting now. These restarts are, I feel like, it's going to get even more and more aggressive. People are going to be more and more toward the front, get away from the back of the pack. You know. Just...
Yeah, I guess who did that? Masopes in the 7. Yeah. He's now behind his captain. There's McCard, or not his captain, but his point leader, his teammate. Mm-hmm. Hale State's back to 6, but the top 3 remain the same.
See how this goes down to turn 1.
I see Electric's got a good run into turn number 1. Kenny's going to stay high. McCard not going to get to the inside. The 6 will remain, but not quite as quick as the high line gets off of turn number 1. Electric the 11, and here comes McCard. Masopes gets into line right in front of Hale State, and that'll give him some draft as now Hendrick is going to be stuck on the bottom.
Oh, McCard trying to make a move to the
But that was
place.
a good move by McCard because look, you see the 7 gets hung up high, and now the 6 gets a run back. But as the 7 gets drafted, a good smooth turn, but he gets kind of tagged into the wall.
Car. Oh, he saves it. Oh, wow.
And
that
the
was
6
a moment.
does Riley Herbst it down that straightaway.
That is a dangerous moment right there. Felt like Lightning McQueen out in cars doing that little go left to turn right.
That's what they said Riley was like, yeah. But Masopes made a good strong move, stuck it to the outside through turn 2, and now as we completed that first green flag lap on stage number 2, he's going to stay here in a strong 4th place. Hale State trying to get back to the rear bumper of Masopes, but he's got the 44 of Killer just behind him. Trying to make a move to his inside. Small NASCAR fan, our Thursday broadcast partner, is now to the inside, gets back up into line. The 6 falls all the way back to about 8th place.
Mm-hmm. That little moment really slowed him down there. Had to really get readjusted to everything going on as he does make a pass.
Absolutely. That just gives you the perspective we were talking about these long straightaways and how important it is to get those corners off right.
Mm-hmm.
The 22 we saw around is just behind that 6 car. But back up front, we got a 5-car breakaway. Well, the 11 now wants to make a move. You know, they just get different lines off the corner, it looks like, trying to get to a fender, not quite able to do it.
Yeah. But that's the most popular move is going to be just try to dive it down, get that quarter panel, slow him down with the side draft, and get underneath him, get a good runoff.
The top 12 cars are about the front pack now. As you take a look at the field, the 36 has a gap behind Sikkim, who's in 12th, who we know is the pole sitter here tonight. Mm-hmm. Now Hale State giving a big push to the 7 now. He probably has a run, but he's going to just stay just behind. But the 44, Ooh. The 54 doesn't take his run, but the 44 short wide. Does. And Hendrick's going to try and make it 3 wide, entering turn number 3. Which way does the 22 go? He's going to go low, come back to the middle, and go back low.
The 44 got into the 54 there, pushed him up the track. They're both going to lose some spots here.
Yeah, a bit of a domino. Yeah, the 44 got tagged, which helped tag the 54. And that's going to give a big space now for the top 4 to drive away from. The 6 gets back into 5th on that.
Yeah. I think this just proves, like, momentum-wise, having the car in the right spot in the right time, being in that draft. You see a mistake, you want to take advantage of it, and it'll lead you do everything right. You'll be up near the front of the pack where the 6 is.
Speaking of mistakes, the 11 just made one into turn number 1, and that gave McCard the bottom line, and he has a friend behind him, so now the 9 has a push down the long pond straight into turn number 2, the tunnel turn, the famous turn Davey Allison flipped off of after giving a joker block to Darrell Waltrip. The 9 now does get around for second, and that's going to put the 11 back into the fray as the 9 and the 7 try to break away and catch that leader in that number 20 Toyota. Now the 6, another strong
Oh,
run, and Miss Soaps is going to go down low on his own guy, but McCart throws the block, and now Hendrick's going to go up high and get some push from that 44.
yeah. Look at. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch the 9 control these lanes. Saw the 6 car coming, jump back up there, and also going with his teammate. Question is, how long do these junior motorsport guys play nice with each other? Because when it gets near down the end of the race and they're behind each other, something's going to give. You'd think.
Well, whether it was a miss or a move, Miss Soaps gets passed by Hendrick on the outside, and that's another nice little gap here. The top 3 are now breaking away. And McCart having a strong run, just keeping that number 9 nice and smooth. Like we said, is he Dale Earnhardt? I mean, he's up front. Is he leading? No. But I remember Rusty Wallace leading a lot of races in the early 90s, and Dale Earnhardt won those races, okay? So
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's a fair comparison. He just does everything right. He finds himself in the right time, in the right scenario. That's everything correct. That's why I think every single race, you really can't rule him out. That's if some crazy things happen, he'll be there.
now the top couple are going to get in the line, kind of calm down a bit. We'll see if Miss Soaps wants to make a move on the 6 down the straightaway. He get low. Killer's probably going to go with him, I would assume, but no, the 7's going to stay right there. And the 11 try to make a move down on the 44, not quite going to get to his fender.
Watching this 36 and 54, we're having a little bit of a battle here. At least the
Yeah,
second
that's Killer
track.
in the 54. He dropped back here.
I think that's YB.
Now Sickham's going to push the 11. Those guys are teammates. 36 is with SHR as he's going to push that Joe Gibbs Toyota of Hale State. Big loose out of the 22 up. Oh, not the 22. Who is that? Black car. Black rear end. Oh, the 16. That's Lamar. That's my Lamar.
That's the.
Was that not the end of the stage? Was there a wreck somewhere?
See, that was the end of the stage. It just went by so fast. We're having such a good time.
The stage 2 is pretty quick, and we had that yellow, so.
Yeah, there was really no fuel concerns or anything like that. But I feel like we're just having a good time, just watching everything go down. Now, stage 3, this is where the money's made. Where money gets made, this is where you got to be at your best. The car needs to be at its best. You're going to have 26 laps to the finish.
So I found a stream. It's the 19 of Slick, and he's in 24th position, but he's going to help me with the lap counter, at least for now.
Right, that's why I got nose up here looking at
So Electric first, McCart second, Hendrick Chase is in third with Soaps fourth, Chippy the Champ is fifth, Dirt Tracking ended up sixth, Hale State seventh, YB Bennett eighth. That's the 36 car. That's your top 8 here for stage number 2.
Oh, we got Mayhem in first. Did he not pit? Or was he doing this on purpose? We'll find out.
It's a good question. But Mayhem is up front now, leading this pack. I don't know if it's a forgot to pit or a strategy, but we'll see as he goes into turn number 1.
They're sticking with him. Looks like he may have done this.
Yeah, he's sticking with it, and the 20 he's going to have to
the
back
lead,
off.
Actually. Oh,
well,
what a move.
Electric knows he has better tires, even if it's one lap. And Mayhem has nothing left to do but just stay high, and now because nobody's behind him, here goes the field.
Yeah, with a move like that, you take your punch on the chin and just recover after that. That's an incredible move.
Really great move by Electric. He knew what he had to do. He knew what position he was in, and he did exactly. He gave the 8 the space in the front, and then off the corner, he gets the run. And there's really nothing Mayhem can do here, and it's unfortunate. He tried something, it didn't work, and he'll just have to learn from it and go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of getting in the dirt, Ty Racing getting right behind Mayhem as he's dropped all the way back. Oh, the 1 gets into the wall, and he gets turned around. I just happen to be on that. And
the 39's involved, too, along with the 1.
Yeah, we have 2 cars at least involved. It might be an El Manuel here.
I'm looking at here. It is going to be, looks like a manual. I'm on Nose's stream. Is it a manual?
I don't hear anything. They're still racing.
Oh, 10's around. The 10's around. He's crashed. 10 of Carmen.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I caught the last end of it. I was looking at Nose, see if it's a game caution or manual, but we're staying green here.
We are still racing. Speed Racer's also lagging in the field.
Oh, and the 21's around, too. What is going on? Everyone's spinning out. The 21 goes around.
I think we have a little bit of a lag issue in that particular moment. Speed Racer is kind of lagging nutso on Slick NASCAR's screen. I don't think we're picking it up on our stream, though.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of cars just get spun around there. I saw the 21, the 10, 1,
Yeah,
the
some of those might have
39.
just been lag spins, like not actual spins. Very weird. I don't know. I didn't see your screen, obviously, but
I don't know. I always react to what happens on the screen, so I was trying to be safe just in case. But
but up front, the 20 and the 9 have pulled away. The 8 gave a little bit of space for some of those guys, but Hale State got himself back into third. If you want to jump onto that, because that's
oh
kind of a
yeah,
bit of a battle here. The 36 of YB Betta with Masopes just behind them as they get into corner number 2 here. The tunnel turn. Your entrance into the speedway is right below that.
it's a
Hale
good turn
State goes
there.
up high. It's going to give 2 cars underneath them. That's Masopes and Kenny.
Three
But the
wide shows.
line is just behind the 54.
Oh, 11 gets into the grass, pushes the 7 up into the 54, and accordion effect follows.
Lewis ran out of room. I mean, did the 7 come down a little bit, get the 11 into the grass? Maybe not even contact-wise, just spatial?
I mean, I think there's opportunity that's probably it could have happened, but I only caught the 11 going up. It's the only thing I caught. But was it the 20 and the 9 all by themselves here? Looks like battling out.
So the driver of the 7 not happy after that move, but Ohio State also paid the price for it.
Yeah. Again, I feel like that's what
Trackhouse.
Oh, the 4 gets put into the wall by his teammate in the 0. That's rough.
Now Masop's going to get below Hale State. As we have a battle. Do we have a battle for the front? No, I'm sorry. I just misread that up there. But the top 3 did break away. The 20. Let me go back up to the lead to see what's going on.
I think Sikkim is a lap car of him. I did see him spin. We just don't know if that was a real spin or not.
Oh, yeah. Sikkim was one of those. He might have damage.
Yeah.
Probably it seems like he has damage.
Yeah,
But he's going to yield to the leaders here. McCard's going to get right to the back bumper of the 20, but he's not going to do anything aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And Sikkim will go a lap down. Yellow flag comes out, he'll get that lap back, as your lucky dog.
Mm-hmm. I feel like looking back at this pack, I feel like you seen those moments between the 7 and the 54. I feel like our track position is a really big key here. See, like
well, I'll tell you what. Let's if you want to go through the field here, as we're early in stage number 3. I'll try to get a lap counter when I can. We have about a dozen or so laps, maybe a little more of fuel, so then we'll see pit stops. I'm going to start on electric. You let me know when you're on electric, and I'm going to go through the field, try to keep up.
Okay, I'm on electric.
All right, so electric, your leader here at Pocono. We're going to hit the button because this isn't the qualifying order. But I'm on Dank Emotion here. Dank is running just inside the top 10. He's got small NASCAR just behind him. He's having a decent run here, kind of in the spot we'll see him in. Speed Racer we saw did get up near the front, but now he's near the back. Is experiencing a little bit of engine issues, lag, if you will, here in the sim racing world in that Dan Marino throwback car. As we move on, there's Hale State, one of our outside pole sitter, as he's up in the top 10 as well. But staying up high, he's got some guys trying to go below him, like that 22 car in Dank, who got passed just now by it's Vexy.
Mm-hmm.
Big commotion coming off the corner that time, as this pack is really getting a little racy.
Oh, the 18, that's a little moment there.
Ty Racing is the next guy in line as he's making an appearance down here. Just signed racing that 38 car now full-time for the foreseeable future. Small NASCAR fan we just mentioned, making some moves in the middle of that pack. Here comes the 93 just below him. They're 3 wide down the front straightaway. That's the Lamar car. Number 16 just above him, it looked like. And Small's going to have to back off and let the 93 go. Killer in the 44 is who's up next, as he got himself into the top 5. Took advantage of some of the more aggressive guys. He's just behind Masopes. Or he's in 6th, not the top 5, sorry. No, he is 5th. The 21's a lap down. Now, 2-ball Stickum looks like he's having some issues in the 98 as I jumped on him. He's a little loose by himself down the Long Pond straightaway. Always Marnes is in that 93 car who you saw make a move. Then he got passed back by Small NASCAR as Big Jim in the 92 is trying to catch back up to this pack of cars. He's going to make a good move down into turn number 2 in that orange 92. And get below Always Marnes coming off the corner. Gets a little bit of draft off that 16, but has to get back in line. Doesn't have enough momentum to make it stick. Next is Big Jim, who we were just talking about. So we'll just move on to Brody in the 39. We saw he had that restart up front, but some issues since then as he's back in the pack all by himself. Should be the champ making that appearance here in the 90 car, full-time in the Cup Series, but here he is in 4th place, just in front of his Soaps here, as these 3 cars are going to try to catch those leaders. YB Bet in the 36 also having a strong run as he's in the third position here. And Masopes, we mentioned him a number here. Sikkim, he's a lap down. Kenny, he's in fourth. Keep looking at the 21. We got to remember he's a lap down. Still fast enough to stay with the leaders, by the way. So give Sikkim a bit of credit there. As we thought he had damage, but he's staying right behind those leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Carmen, who we saw up front a lot early, but a bit of damage, some issues, and now he's back in the pack. There's Lamar in the 16. We've mentioned him a couple of times. We saw him near the front. We'll see if he can get himself back up there, as he needs to get back into the top 10 in points after lagging out a couple of weeks ago at Road America. 4 wide here in turn 1.
Oh, wow.
16 is going to have to back off in order to make that one stick. And get, Hale State's moving back through the pack here, so Hale State has a good, strong run car in the beginning, but it looks like it might be falling off. But again, that's a long line of cars going by him as he stays below the 92 here through turn 2. Mm-hmm. Now we go back. There's Mayhem. We saw him make some strategy moves to get near the front, but so far they haven't quite worked out for the number 8 team. Nobes, our season opener, he's had a lot of trouble here today. It looks like much of which not his own doing, but he's dealing with some damage in a slow race car. There's Clay the Monkey. I did notice Clay the Monkey up in the pack a little bit ago, but here he is now behind Hale State and that long line of cars trying to catch back up to those guys. And up to McCard, as we know, is in second place following Electric Car Leader as they're coming up on Brody to put him a lap down. Is that Brody or Ty Racing?
Yes, Ty Racing in the 38.
That's Ty Racing, sorry. So he'll go a lap down. Dirt Tracking's in the 22. Did I say it's Fexy? My bad. I think he was in that car another week. Dirt Tracking's in the 22 here. He's trying to make a move to get up closer to the top 5. He's going to go below Killer, and Denk's going to go with him. But not enough grip down there as he touched the dirt a tad bit, and the 44 drives away. After that, Slick NASCAR giving us our feed as I keep looking. He's not on the front straight when I look. Hedrick Chase area is in the 6 car, driving for Heredia God and his race team. He's just out of the top. Is that the top? He is the top 5. I think he's 5th.
Yeah, I think it's the last one in the top 5.
And now we're back to Electric Days, our leader.
Oh, Sickham's on the inside of the 9. I don't know if something's going on there.
You know, when you get a run, you kind of sometimes just have to take it. I don't think he's being aggressive. I think you'll see him get behind the 9. There he goes, just getting back in line. Sometimes you just gotta take it rather than run into the dude. Because if you let go, you're gonna lose the draft. So that's probably a smarter move by the 21. Not quite aggressive.
Oh man, the 20 trying to ground this 8 car.
Mayhem gonna go high into turn 3 to get out of the way.
It's good they mentioned that these lap cars in front of them. How do you deal with that when you have a charging 3-car pack behind you with YB, Hendrick, Chase, and Kenny chasing you? How do you navigate these lap cars as best you can?
So the 8 goes high and then kind of got a drive off the corner, and the 20 doesn't get around him to put him a lap down. Another smart move by Sikkim to stay with these guys, since he's able to do it, is as they lap cars, he'll pass them as well, remaining the first car a lap down. There it is again, right? He has to get below the 9, and I bet you right here he's going to try and get behind him as soon as he can. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will actually sit. No, he does. Right. He just got right behind him.
That's really interesting. See, these 3, YB, Kenny, are actually chasing these guys down. Noses against the wall, and he just holds up YB.
That's an unfortunate set of circumstances. But yeah, as these guys get around lap cars, those guys behind them, if they can stay in line, will start to... Oh, the 36!
Oh, my goodness!
Up into the wall, and he's all the way around. Big wreck by the 36. Unfortunate, he was having such a great run.
Yeah, I think that was a not a lag quit, but a rage quit? Not rage quit, but he quit. Okay, that's all I got. As I do have my soaps in pit lane here with the 44 Killer.
On pit lane for pits, or are they out of the race?
My soaps isn't actually pitting, I think the last stop of the race, I believe.
Oh, we are going to see pit stops. So they're cutting the stage in half.
Yeah.
They're not going to go the full 12, 13 laps that we saw. Well, there's some longer than that, but they're cutting the stage in half at least, or somewhat. They have about 5 laps on most of their fuel tanks. By the way, the 20 now drove away from McCard and the 21 through a lot of that lap traffic. And Electric, he's in the top 5 in points, but he wants to win a race. He wants to stay up there. He wants to get up near the very, very top. He's having a strong season. He's confident
Absolutely.
he can make a run at the championship. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I saw he pitted. I was agreeing with you. I was
Oh yeah,
McCart does
I'm
stay
watching
out.
him. He's down pit road.
Yeah, McCart also stayed out too, so trying to be on a little bit different type of things there.
Yeah, different strategies here. As Hendrick also pit in the 6 with the 20. But I was gonna, as we kind of said earlier, guys, we were trying to get into the playoffs. This is a good racetrack for them to really make some moves. But if you're like third, fourth in points, and you want to get to the front of, the top of it, this is a great chance for you as well. And
Absolutely.
Electric is taking that opportunity.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like I feel like it'll be like a really big weight off his shoulders if he goes ahead and wins this race.
It's not over yet, but yeah, so far he's in the best position. We'll see on this pit strategy how McCard comes out on the 20 car. Dank is also on pit road. I'm going to go back and find the 9 myself so I can follow along. There we go. He's got the 8 also staying with him and the 21. Those guys are battling for first car lap down. So, if there is so be it to be a caution, right now the 8 would be the lucky dog.
And McCart is in the pits, yes.
McCard's in the pits?
Or did he already pit? I'm trying to find
No,
him on the track.
no, I'm on him. He didn't pit yet. He's
Oh,
still
okay.
out.
Okay, then I was going to go on Electric here to see how big of a gap he gets or doesn't get based off the
All right,
different strategy.
McCard is just exiting turn 2. He's down the straightaway into turn 3. And where's the 20?
20's in turn 1 right now.
All right, so they are a little more than the front straightaway apart. The front straightaway and half of turn 3. And Ty Racing giving some draft to the 9s, helping him keep up some pace. Looks like the 21 dropping low. He's signaling he's going to pit next time. Or just trying to get around the 16. There goes Ty Racing up high. Going to yield. But he also wants to race that 8 and that 21 if he wants to stay the first car a lap down.
Yeah.
Now the 8, should a caution comes out, will stay a lap down unless he doesn't pit. The 8 trying to make a move, but he still has a leader car, the 11 Killer, right behind him. So that's something Killer has to look out for as these lap cars do their own battling.
Yeah,
Pushing McCard, who still stays out.
Yeah, he's exit now out of turn 4. Oh, looks like he's going to pit this time, actually. And McCart's heading in the pit lane this time.
There he goes. Yeah, the 38 stays up. Everybody else, Killer stays out.
Like it on
Or Kenny stays out, and the 9's going to pit.
Gonna get on the 20 here. See what a differential.
I will stay on McCard. We know the 11's the leader. I'm going to stay on McCard.
There's a provisional leader.
Yeah, right now the assumed leader will be Electric. But you tell me where Electric comes out of turn 3.
Absolutely. He is just now entering turn 3.
And McCard just entered the pit, as you were saying that.
Yeah. This track's a really long track. I don't think you're going to go a lap down at all, so...
No, it's difficult. But now here's the thing. The 20 ran a few laps on Fescher tires. How much pace did he have on the 9? Here he comes out of the pits. Here comes Electric by and solidifying that lead. And the gap they had before they pit is going to be wider. Now, McCard has... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm saying it would be interesting to see how hard did Electric push on that outlap and how much of those tires did he use, as how much of a difference will it be between these two, and will McCart get back up to the front?
Right. Now, the basic math tells us while he ran 2 or 3 laps on fresher tires where the 9 didn't pit, he gained a lot more time than the 9 can assumingly gain now. Mm-hmm. But in about 3 or 4 laps, they're going to be about equal. Maybe 5?
Yeah, it'll be something around there.
So you have a very short window here, McCart has, to try to get some pace on that lone car ahead of him. And with no help behind him.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. This is where you have to be perfect. This is where the races are one loss, and you have no help behind you, so you're going to have to do it by pure talent and pure skill.
Yeah, which we know both these guys have, but that's what makes it extra tough. That's not me up ahead of McCart.
Absolutely. And even if he does catch them, pass him is a whole different aspect of the game here.
Exactly. We always know catching a car and passing a car are 2 very different parts of the sport.
Absolutely.
All right, so back to I got dirt tracking here and slick NASCAR. He's just outside the top 10 after those pit stops, which is good for him. He was back in nearly 20th, not quite, but nearly 20th earlier on in the run. This is where it gets hard now, trying to figure out where guys are running. I see the 6 here. I'm on Hendrick. We know he was near the front. It looks like the 11 is ahead of him.
Oh,
That could
11's
be a
going out of
lap
pit
car.
lane. 11's going
Oh,
out of
because
pit lane here.
that wasn't even the 11 then.
I was looking around. I saw Kenny was in the pits here.
Hale State's just behind. It looks like he's behind Dank, so he should still be in the top 10. Oh, that's the 38. So Ty Racing, which was a lap car, and the 54 car. The 11 is your leader. Yeah, no, the 11 just got the lead.
Yeah, he just pulled out
Sorry,
behind.
he was coming out.
Yeah, he's now behind the 20. And he has help from McCard here, so these two would be best for them to work together and get up to Electric here.
So interesting that McCard didn't pass the 11 or stay ahead of the 11 on that pit exchange. But remember, the 11 was drafting with some lap cars as well. And I wonder if that kind of assisted. But yeah, the 11 comes out in second, has 1 lap fresher tires than the 9, but both these guys have slightly fresher tires than that 20 car.
Yeah, especially the big thing, at least like when these long straightaways, the draft that McCart's going to get, and just pushing. Oh, as I say, they're going side by side, but again, lining up and pushing each other, I feel like that would be beneficial for these two. I feel like that's what you should do, at least get up to the 20.
Yeah, they're going around. I heard a little chatter that the 11 was letting the 9 go. I don't know if that was just a comfort factor or what have you, but they actually on both those passes lost some time to the 20. So now that the mission is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. I'm trying to see a lap counter. I know he's a lap down, I believe. It said 6 laps to go, maybe 5. I'm not certain. It's sitting around there.
I actually think we're 4 laps to go.
Oh, 4 laps to go. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're coming to 3 laps to go here.
Yeah, this is going to be they're going to have to get lined up and pretty dang quick. They want to, get to 20.
That 10 might be a lap down. I think he actually might be for position.
Really?
No, I think it's a lap down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a lap down.
Well, anything helps with the drafting wise. I don't know. Did Kenny Man not took that many tires? It looks like he's getting pulled here a little bit.
So 3 laps to go now as Electric has a commanding lead over McCard and the 11. But McCard now pulling away from those guys. Kenny Lafleur. The 10 looks really fast for a guy who I believe is a lap down.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had live timing and scoring to be completely sure, but I guess we'll have to wait at the end of the race to see where he ends up. But he's pretty dang fast for a lap car, I will say that.
Oh, yeah. Slick NASCAR report, he's still in 12th, but hunting down on Clay Monkey for 11th.
Okay.
I'm on board with Carmen as he's following the 9. I can't tell if he's being aggressive or just trying to stay in line.
Yeah, I'm not certain yet.
And I'm also pretty sure to tell you that damage probably isn't actually there.
Okay.
Fairly certain. Otherwise, I don't think he'd be running this well.
Yeah, but is this one to go? Is this 2 to go?
This is 2 to go.
Okay.
So they will get the white flag. And I'm sorry, McCart just does not seem like he's chasing down the 20 car at all. He's all by, even with the 10s push, it's not really working.
Yeah, nothing's really coming to fruition here for the 9 car, at least when they get up to the front.
I mean, if he is gaining, it's minuscule. It's like a 10th, maybe.
It's not enough. Nowhere near enough.
It's like almost a 2-second lead at this point, so if not more. But this will be the white flag for Electric Days and that number 20 car. And look, he hasn't won yet, right? This would be his first win.
This is his first win this season in Xfinity Series.
So, and McCart, who does have a win, he's your leader in points, is in second. So the gain might be only a little bit on McCart, but on everybody else, he's got 1 lap to make it to get around this Pocono International Raceway, be the king of the Northeast. Lives in Philadelphia or near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So this is also a quasi-home track for him as well.
Yeah, when to go. I'm sure are they good on fuel? I'm not certain. I don't know what these guys took, but maybe we'll see. Anything could happen. It's NASCAR.
That's true. I mean, what Kyle Larson, right?
I don't.
All I have to mention is Kyle Larson. I don't know if we'll blown a tire here, but
McCart did gain a lot there. Oh wait, McCart did gain a lot there. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough because
But coming here, Checkered flag, electric
It days.
days.
Wins at Pocono. What a just dominating win for him. He was up there the whole time. He did seem to have like the best car the whole time though, because some of those moves he made were just fantastic.
I would say the only other competition was probably from. I'm trying to remember who was racing. It was the 11, wasn't it? The 11.
Yeah, his limit of Kinney, who was also up there with him. He also had.
Yeah, he kind of fell off at the end. So yeah, he kind of had no other than McCard if he could have got there, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty dominating performance out of that Toyota team. It's been the top Toyota driver in the entire Xfinity series by far.
Absolutely.
And now he's making a stamp to get himself into that championship conversation. McCart's second. Hendrick Chase was third. He passed Kenny, who ended up fourth. Dirt tracking fifth. Lamar ends up in sixth. Speed Racer moves up to seventh. Killer fell to eighth. Big Jim winds up in ninth. Clay the Monkey 10th. And Always Martin's 11th. Slick NASCAR ended up in 12th place. So thanks to that feed there from him, and that's your top 12 for the Pocono Green 112.5.
Yeah, but honestly, this is so big for JGR here. This is the first one of the season. Get their first stage points. Is a really good momentum. They're they second to last in team owner points. So it's a big get up for him. See if they get this momentum going up here.
By the way, Mayhem 13th. Nice run. Ty Racing ends up in 14th after having those issues.
Yeah,
so
not a terrible run. You know,
yeah.
it may not look flashy, but at least you make something out of what could have been completely detrimental. So
yeah, it could have been 25th, right? So
yeah,
it was
absolutely
good rebound for the guy who got in the back of the pack.
Absolutely.
But all right, so let's get the top three in here. Let me get on my shtick here. Get out of the race. Fastest lap went to, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get to it. Went to Hendrick. Got the fastest lap, 53.408.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you want to invite, let's see. I think I have Electric. I don't know if you have the other guys.
It is Electric. It was Kenny Wright. No, it was Picard.
Yep. And Hendrick.
Okay.
I think I have Hendrick. Let me go look. Yep, I have Hendrick. So if you have Kenny, we got them all.
See if I do or not here.
All right, Hendrick joined first, and he's third, so we'll start with him.
Let's see. I'm still trying to find if I have anyone
Mr.
here.
Hendrick 9 Chase, good evening to you. Congratulations. Third place finish.
Thank you.
We thought it was going to be Kenny, and we looked at the final standings, and here you are coming into the chat.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty good race.
Well, tell us about your race. Oh, well, the Electric has just joined, but we'll get to you, big guy. Don't you worry. Hendrick, give us a little rundown of your race there as you end up in third place tonight.
There were less wrecks than I thought. I just got pretty lucky to miss most of it. I didn't really get much damage the whole race, just stayed out of it. I think I got third in both stages in the race, too. So it was just a pretty good day.
Excellent.
Like
good even Steven day. You didn't qualify third or fourth, maybe?
Yeah, I was in like eighth, but it's the same deal.
And not for nothing, so we were talking about you a lot earlier. You looked like you had a strong car. You're battling in the top five. And then I guess maybe you got kind of, you end up by the nuts. You find some squirrels. So what happened there towards the middle of the stage? Because you now rebounded to get back up to the front.
Yeah, I got in the back at one point. I can't remember, like eighth or something. I just drove up through it. It helps when I got pretty lucky. They were a 3 wide wrecking in front of me almost.
Testament of a strong car.
Shot through, and then later there was a pit cycle and I took 4 and I was able to get through all the guys on old tires and then speed wrecked it in front of everybody.
we saw it. I caught that. I don't know if the stream caught that. But anything for our third place finisher, Colts boy?
Absolutely. Racing, I know I saw you in the middle of the pack. How tough was it being side by side with those cars? Just big pack racing while you see the front few just pull away.
It's annoying because you could catch them if you got single file or got in a reasonably organized thing. So it's frustrating, but everyone just wants to be in the front of it. And it's understandable, but you gotta just manage it.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't have second place, so I don't know.
Well, excellent. Is Kenny not in here?
No, I don't have.
It was McCard.
That was McCard. Okay.
Oh, it was McCard. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was McCard the whole time. Do I have McCard? Ken, why don't you invite McCard if he's not already off?
Yeah.
I have McCard. There he is. I invited the wrong dude. That's my bad. I was excited to see somebody I recognized. McCard, my bad. I knew you finished second, but I invited the wrong guy.
You're good.
Congrats. We just talked to Hendrick, so we'll get right on into you. You had a really strong car. You qualified third,
I did
but
not
you
qualify third. I qualified 11th.
oh, I thought I saw you third when we started the race, so my bad. But
Nah, you're good.
but not for nothing, you came up through the front. You were at the front nearly the entire race. So tell us all about your run here and your chase down for the leader at the end.
Hell, I don't know. It was hope and pray don't get killed before I got track position. Honestly, I got good luck from Speed when Speed lost talent and killed the field in the front, and because I was on two tires, I was about to be screwed, and that gave me my track position. And then, well, he's up the front. I know I had the car, and then stage 3, when that gap got created, I wasn't going to pass Electric. I was just going to push. I wanted to keep the gap, not race each other, just keep pushing and go. Hopes between me and him, and just come down to he got off pit road. He got onto pit road better than I did, and then that was it. Not
So we did talk about that on the stream, how the distance between y'all did seem to grow after the pit, and you just equate it to getting on the pit road.
Yeah, he did a good job. And then I tried to push the 11, but the 11 had damage. And I didn't know it, and I lost more time
We wondered why you
after
passed
that.
him. We knew it was on purpose.
Yeah,
We knew he gave it to you, but we weren't sure why.
he said he blew a tire going on the pit road and had damage. I didn't know that. That costed me like 7-8 tenths.
That actually explains why he fell all the way past. Yeah, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
there you have the news from the 11 camp, why he couldn't hold it up there. But good for you. Congrats on the silver medal today. Colts, what do you got for us?
I don't really have any other questions. I just want to say congrats on a nice second place finish. Keep them momentum going into the next race.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Good job, McCard. And we'll move on to our victor, Electric Days.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats getting that Toyota in the victory lane tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
So tell us, you qualified near the front, and you kind of made battles right away. You made no bones about it. You wanted to be in the lead, and you pretty much stuck there a vast majority of the race.
Yeah, man, this is my hometown track. I love this track so much. I I feel like this is by far one of the fastest tracks I've ever been at for like my type of speed, and it showed there. Yeah, I qualified fifth. I wanted to make sure I try to stay up front the whole time because I know the last two Pocono races I have either lost after absolutely dominating or just staying up in the front, getting good stage points and everything. So I mean, uh, thanks to my teammates for keeping me calm in the late stages. I also, before I crossed the line, had 1% coming into turn 3, so I was already on very high hills.
Wow, we mentioned that, didn't we, Colts, about Kyle
Yeah,
Larson?
yeah,
And
we
I didn't
did.
even come to think about like what his pitch strategy would have been, but we said it as you entered turn 3. Remember Kyle Larson?
Yeah, a little PTSD thing I had is like, oh, wait a minute, not safe yet.
But yeah, so good job on the tire management and keeping that car out front and dominant.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've won HPL at Pocono?
Yes, this is
Well,
the very first
congrats,
time I
man.
won at
We did
Pocono.
say it was
Mm-hmm.
your home track, my home track as well. So I know I get it. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I interrupt, bro. This is your first win ever.
No, this is actually my third win.
I thought you said your first. I'm like, hold up, we gotta throw a party.
Oh, so you've
No, my
thrown
first,
two
no, my
other
first
Pocono in
Pocono.
HPL.
Not, I haven't won two other Pocono races, but I
Oh,
have won two other races at two other tracks.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we knew you were a winner in the past, but yeah, good job on the Pocono win then for sure, especially being your home track.
Absolutely.
Um, anything like that got in your way? Like where was it? You thought maybe I might lose it here. Was it just the tire? Was there anything else in the middle of the race that you were concerned about?
Um, yeah, man, I thought I was gonna lose it when I seen Kenny not pit until like very late. My teammates told me that, and I was jumping up for excitement because I know I can have this in the bag as long as I can save these tires and get a better uh, ending than the non-car because the non-car been on my bumper the whole entire time. So I know that me and him was gonna battle out for the win. I was kind of expecting him to be up there with me, but gladly we had a better entry and we came out pretty great. So I'm glad for what we did.
Well, nice work, nice work. Well, another successful evening here in the Hennessy Performance League Wednesday night Xfinity Series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. We're here basically every week. Tomorrow we'll have the Cup guys. Yours truly will have his first run here in the series, so looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to that. And yeah, stick it, like it, subscribe it. Look out for the college football games. We're in the middle of the playoffs. Hail State won last night. Unfortunately, our buddy McCart here was the victim to that win. But close game we had last night between Mississippi State and Tennessee. We got more of those coming up, so stay tuned to the Hennessy Performance League channel. And look, I don't know. There's more stuff coming in the future, and we know by the end of this year, we will be on a different NASCAR game, and every month that goes by, we get a little bit more excited. So stick with us. The stuff that is fun and exciting, and just for your midweek blues, hey, come check us out. Colts,
Yep.
have a good night, everybody. Godspeed. Drive fast.
Yep.